Welcome back everybody. Well, if you just tune in, then you know what time it is. We are going to look at some charts again today. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm first going to take a sip of my iced coffee. It's a little bit of a crazy mug actually. I don't know. It's Mexican. Anyways, yeah, of course, like, subscribe, click the bell, click on all the good stuff. Now, let's get started with all the charts. Okay, as always, we're starting off with BTC USD. I have started off now with the 4-hourly chart, and I zoomed completely out because there's something I want to show you today, which might be interesting. I mean, you can always look at support and resistance, but it gets a little bit boring, right? So what you're seeing here is the BTC price on a very big time frame, well, at the 4-hourly, but completely zoomed out. And here on the left, you see the volume. And the volume in trading is actually very important because it also shows us where our support and resistance levels, because the more the volume, trading volume there is at the level, that means there will be a lot of buy or sell orders. So what can we see? Well, we have three big clusters. One is here, or you could redraw the line and saying, well, it's actually this one, or you could say, well, it's a tiny one. But let's say this is one cluster, this is one cluster, and then this is one cluster, right? Then we have a bit of a darker part that is here, and that is from this level on, and that means that the price within this cluster or volume part that I draw is then overbought and never oversold. If I will make this part smaller on the chart, then let's say it's not so from here all the way to here, but I will draw it from here all the way to here, then you also see that the gray parts are then flipping. So now I just took really the top and the bottom of kind of the price action that we have seen from 2020 on. So this is quite a long time, and now we're seeing actually that here on the bottom there's quite a lot of volume. That is the trading range where we are right now. That means that there is a lot of bulls and bears stepping in. It doesn't mean right away once we're in here that we are going to dump down, but it just means there's a lot of price volume, a lot of action. That could result then in the price not moving up very fast or moving down very fast. I mean, it could, but it doesn't have to be. For example, let's say we go all the way here to the top and we say, okay, the price moves up here, then we see that the volume here is going down, right? So that means that if we once reach these kinds of levels above the 60K, there's not a lot of air. So it's like a thin air, as you would say. So it's easy for the price then to go up, and it's hard for the bears to pull the price down. So the fact that we are now already in this range for quite some time is not a surprise, because we see a lot of volume going in, a lot of bulls and bears trying to fight each other out of the market. Exactly the same as what we saw here. You can still have moves, of course, of 5 or 10% or 15%, but that we would trade in a range like this for a longer period of time is not strange. Do we also see it right here in the middle where we see the red line? The red line is most of the volume. Yeah, a little bit here. Here you see also a lot of touch points and some stops and breathers and breakouts and resistance, and here as well. So that kind of gives us a direction, what are the key levels to look at. And of course here then as well, but like I said, this is in the gray part, so that will be oversold. I'm also going to show you exactly the same on Ethereum, but the interesting part here on Bitcoin is that here you have quite a big part that is then the oversold area, and quite a big part that is the overbought area. But if we look at Ethereum, then you see a completely different image. You see here that the overbought area, the overbought area is quite small, and the oversold area is quite big, and then like the perfect trading range is then a good size of a chunk. And also here the clusters look a little bit different. Here you have a tiny one, here's a huge one, here's a big one, and then we have a smaller one here in the bottom. And I always kind of, I don't know, somehow it always looks like some kind of jet fighter, Star Wars kind of thing. It looks a bit weird, I have no idea, like shit is just shooting out like cannons or something, I have no idea. Anyways, okay. So that is for Ethereum. So you see that it looks a little bit different. So you see that we're now trading in kind of the oversold area with a big cluster coming in. Here, this was a support line that I draw. And look at it, it's really also at this chunk here where there's a lot of volume. There's a nice confluence, so that's around the 2400 level. But if you would only take this as an indicator, which I never recommend you do, always take a handful of indicators that show you a certain direction, not just one indicator that shows buy or sell. That will definitely get you burned, because if you then have 4 indicators to show something different, then you're getting burned. But then actually you would say, hey, we should be trading a little bit higher because we're trading in a very macro time frame in an oversold level. And here in Bitcoin you see that we still have some room to go before we are reaching that gray area oversold level. So that's interesting to see. So when it comes down to this volume, then these prices are not so correlated, but of course with the daily price action, the Ethereum and Bitcoin are very correlated. So that is something that I wanted to show you today. Okay, let's zoom in on the hourly and see what we can make of today's price action, so you kind of have an idea of what to do. Yesterday I made a video, then we were dumping down here. We kind of retested this and we're going lower, we're doing some kind of retest right now. I actually think that we're going lower again. It's the same story. Most important thing, we are missing the power, we're missing the view of the bulls. People need to step in. There need to be a edge, a turnaround, a story to make this thing pop. It could also just be a big dump and then we're really reaching oversold levels and then we're going higher. It doesn't always have to be a tweet of Elon Musk, but I'm just missing the power in the price to go higher. I said yesterday that I will most likely put it in a short. I haven't, because I was in recordings actually the entire day for the other YouTube channel, so I had no chance to look at the charts anymore. It was a bit of a chaotic day. I actually think I will still do it because this looks good for a short, a retest, a second retest. If we close the hourly now lower, then that would be nice. Maybe again another hour here to retest it and then we're going lower. Actually that would be quite nice, and then the stop loss is just here above this level. So that will be quite nice with a low leverage. You can hold this trade then for another 24 or 48 hours. Tomorrow, by the way, also Friday, usually those are not the best days for crypto because big parties are stepping out of the market, taking liquidity out. So to see a bit of a red day is most likely, not 100% guaranteed. Of course, we'll see crazy Friday pumps, but in that light, I think it would not be weird. And of course, the most important part for me saying that I'm still a little bit bearish is because we got rejected again. And I think we still need to visit those much lower levels of a box that I drew. I will not show it again. It's now gone because of all the volume. But that's why I'm still aiming for that lower 30k level. You could also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I also posted that already multiple times, where I also posted an update about this double resistance level that I'm looking at, and that I don't want to be faked out. That's why I did not put in a long here, and I waited before I put it in a short here because I want to see more confirmation. So if you want to be more up to date, then just feel free to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links in the description. Okay, let's quickly look at ETH. Then we do exactly the same. Let's just only look at the hourly. That actually says enough for today. We have here this kind of range that we were trading in, and you saw yesterday already, if we're kind of doing the zigzagging, that is just so weak in the market. Also had this confluence with this trading line, this resistance line right here, those 27,800. You saw that we tried, didn't work out, we went down, bit of a retest here, and now we just broke out, and now we're kind of retesting this resistance what was support before. So actually it would also be nice if we don't break through, because that would also be a great sign to go short with, of course, also here super tight stop loss. Yeah, don't if this thing suddenly like wicks down and then goes up, then just get out of the trade. Make sure that you have a stop loss, take your profits. Don't try to be a hero and double your account. Just be quick on the price and take those quick profits. We are still not out of the woods, so this now takes quite a long time, we just have to deal with it. So we just changed the course of our boat as the price is developing. You don't always have to say, we're definitely going to 100k, so I'm going all in and I'm going long because I said that once and I really need to go to 100k because I'm also a loser. Listen, if something changes, something in the price, then just change your strategy together with the price. It's not that hard. Yeah. So if tomorrow suddenly Bitcoin will be forbidden in the entire world, guess what? I'm selling everything because that will most likely be the end of crypto. But if suddenly countries are going to adopt tomorrow all kinds of crypto, most likely we're going to pump and I will put in long. So just make sure that you're agile. Make sure that that you just let the price come to you and then just ride the wave, and that's pretty much it. Don't make it too complicated. And yeah, you can also, yeah, Ray, you always have a bullish and a bearish scenario. Yeah, because I want to be prepared for when the price goes up or when the price goes down. That's usually one of the two things that's happening. So just try to stay calm. First, always look at the bigger picture. What do we see on a weekly, on a daily, on an 8 hour, on a 4 hour, and then we kind of make a strategy. And then you can, if you really want to do day trading, take in your trades for the day, then based on an hourly or 30 minutes or 15 minutes. But those bigger time frames kind of need to confirm first before you're going to the small time frame. So if you want to long on a 15 minute, but all the other time frames from an hourly to up, say bearish, we're going down, then that 15 minute is quite weak compared to the other time frames. So kind of keep that in a broader perspective. Alright, that will be it for today. As always, do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share the video with your friends who think is useful. Follow me again on Twitter and Instagram, links in the description, or the other finance channel where we upload all kinds of stuff from crypto to real estate, interest rates, central banks, stocks, all kinds of good stuff. So definitely check that out. Thanks again, guys, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.